right, friends and family. Good morning. Hello. How are you? Glad to see everybody. We're here in lovely, lovely Missoula, Montana. None other. We've stayed with a couple of incredible hosts, Allison and Travis. Shout outs. Word up. You guys have been amazing, and I'm sitting in your amazing front yard right this second. Just enjoying the supportive health of the green lawn, the hot sunshine. I was actually enjoying the shade, but in our videos you can't see too well in the shade. So that's what's happening. Missoula, Montana. Tell you what, we've had an incredible couple of days. We've enjoyed ourselves so thoroughly hanging out with our hosts. We had some smoked burgers last night on, it's like an oven. It's not a grill and it's not a smoker, but it kind of does all of those things, and I forget the name of it. But incredible. It was introduced to us by our friend Travis. The burgers were amazing. We're going to take a few out when we go to Splash, Montana this afternoon, which is where we're headed near immediately. And we will enjoy those burgers for lunch, and then we'll come back and we'll eat more burgers because A, they're incredibly delicious, but B, we'll have them because we bought like $20 worth of hamburger meat at Costco yesterday. And if you've ever bought $20 worth of meat at Costco in the past, you know what I'm talking about. It's like a mountain of meat. So, thoroughly enjoyable time. Probably affecting our karma in some way. Of that I'm certain, but we'll save that for another topic. That's a pretty much heavier topic. So, what I would talk about today is we went for a rafting ride yesterday. A rafting ride in the Clark Fork River, which was amazing. And I'm sure that I'll hopefully be splicing in pictures of that right here. But the Clark Fork River trip was totally amazing. Our friend Allison, our new friend, Couchsurfing friend and host Allison, works at a place called Lewis and Clark Tours. It's been there for 30 years or 40 years, making their living on the river, showing people a good time on not only the Clark Fork but the lock saw, which we've learned about, which sounds like a meat grinder, right? A lock saw, but it's actually a Native American word. We think Nez Perce, L-O-H or L-A-H-K-S-A, lock saw. But it is like a lock saw, whatever that is. It's not an imaginary thing. It's like a grade 4 or 5 river rapids that will make you grateful for your life. We did not do something that intense yesterday. We did the Clark Fork, which was grade 2. We had an absolute blast. Caitlin from Lewis and Clark was incredible, showed us an incredible time on the river, and really just paddled us for most of the time. So it was super leisurely, enjoyed the heck out of it. The entire family went for something like $250 before gratuity. But we super enjoyed our host there on the river. She did an amazing job. And we just got to see an amazing part of the country right outside of Missoula. We joked with Allison and Travis, like, hey, we've been, or with Caitlin too, hey, we've been in Missoula for less than 24 hours and we're whitewater rafting. And everybody kind of agreed that's the way it should probably be, or that's the way it really is around here. So, incredible outdoors community. We also had some deep conversation, not terribly deep, but at least a little bit of conversation last night about, how Missoula, everybody's trying to protect it from growth. And but then, the business people want to see it grow and thrive, and it's just a balancing act, because it's kind of like the secret's out, and Montana's called the last best place. And then what I also learned was that some ultra-savvy lawyer types probably, or lawyered-up types, came in and trademarked the name the last best place, which is a heritage of Montana. It's a crying shame, actually, that these folks, who, I don't know them personally, so I'm not going to make any assumptions about their character, but when you see guys come in and they, basically take the rights, the public rights of a heritage thing, like the last best place, right? That's Montana's kind of unofficial logo among the people. It's a colloquial deal. And so if I'm lawyered up enough, I guess I can just steal colloquialisms left and right. So next time I'll be like, the Montana Company. Oops, sorry, state of Montana, you guys are out because my shit's got the copyright, you know what I mean? So anyway, amazing time here, healing energy all around, but not in a, sort of foo-foo way by any stretch, just mountains on all sides, and sunshine, green lawns. It's funny. But super nice little piece of land here. We were learning a little bit about the history of this land last night, and this property, effectively like a company house for a business over the years, where as the business would grow and the folks who were kind of transplanting the business over years would come to develop said business, you might need to bring an ops manager in and get him a house built, but until that time you can stay in this house, and then the next guy that comes in as the business slowly grows here and shrinks elsewhere might stay in this residence, and it's just super nice. I mean, it must be an acre at least, probably 2, and just lawn the whole way over, enjoying the shade of some blue spruce, I do believe, or blue firs, and they're just beautiful trees, man. I mean, Montana. This is our first trip here, and we, other than a trip, I guess, to Glacier several years ago, and we saw it and loved it then, but really enjoying getting to plant our roots just a little deeper this time, which is not even planted that deep, but to just meet and greet some Montanans who've been here for their entire lives, and to kind of hear their stories and to learn, to see the guys on the river talking about their property, these older guys, and just to get a real down-home feel for this place. I don't know any other way to do it than to couch surf. It's like the vein, man. If you're looking for the experience, couch surf, right? And it's not a super dangerous thing. Everybody thinks that initially, but once you interface with it at all, go look at the website, you realize what it's kind of all about, and you can make your way, and you can either host or surf, and the experiences are amazing for all parties involved, and it really is the vein. I mean, it's free, it's there for the taking, and there's not even a secret to it. It's like, oh, the secret's out. Well, not really, because the more people that do it, the more people that do it, and it's kind of, in a way, taking power back from the old system. I mean, I don't want to sound like a communist, and I'm not, but it's like, where's the heart? To what end do we get rich as a person and as a nation? To lose all quality? To suffer as a people or as a race or a species? And I don't mean race, I mean as a people or a species. You know what I mean. And like the human race. And so it's like taking the power back. That's what the internet has done. I mean, if you read Rees-Mogg and Davidson in The Sovereign Individual, thank you, Robert Kiyosaki, they talk about that the internet is the 5th technology that man has known on the planet. There's been hunting and gathering, agriculture, industrialization. 4th big technology. Only the 4th true technology that man in their entire existence has known. Hunting and gathering, a form of technology, absolutely, and evolved out of necessity and out of life. Agriculture changed the entire scope of the game. It allowed the church to take root and come into power. The Dark Ages, as it were, believe it or not, where everybody huddled around the church and the superstitions of the church, but in actual fact, the straight-up wealth of the church, the feudal system and all that. Industrialization with the Romance and the Reformation, or what was it? Renaissance. And when people began to explore ideas again and to come into the light. And we had industrialization over that 500-year period. So these are huge periods. It starts with, Da Vinci or whomever, and it ends with World War II, right? The most violent period of humankind. And the internet has changed all of that. It has already begun, and it will continue to do so. Because you watch the evolution of it, and this is no small thing I'm saying, so hear me now, understand and believe me later, is you look at it and you say, the miniaturization, the globalization, or frankly the miniaturization, which allows globalization, okay, it stood the real estate agent industry on its ear. Initially, when it first came out, more or less within 10 years, it stood the travel agent industry on its ear within 10 years, put a lot of businesses out of business. Now we've seen it evolve into things as mundane as hotelier businesses and taxi businesses. We've even seen the police business, if you will, interrupted, right? Because of this thing called the internet. And so that's what's happening. You're in the first 25 years of effectively a 500-year deal. If you want to get woo-woo, you can tie it in with, I believe, the age of Aquarius. It's like the age of the air. You know, this last time was age of fire or water, something like that. In some way that would represent in that way of looking at things, the industrial age. And now, in the age of air or Aquarian, it's the ether, the Ethernet, the internet, and all that, where things are just tied not to the earth at all, frankly. And so we zoom around. Yana's giving me the high signs. We got to go. We got to go enjoy Splash, Montana. So she pulled me back from the brink there, which is an exciting thing. Plus, the video is about 10 minutes long. So if you got this far, congratulations, man. Because, I don't know, I feel good about it, and I hope you feel good about it. But I will sign off from Missoula, Montana. Love you guys, miss you guys. Thankful for our hosts, our Couchsurfing hosts, Allison and Travis. What a great couple with a great history and a great family story. So, really appreciate everybody tuning in, and we will holler at you later. Peace out from Missoula. Later.